This is Crime Cruise, Love Boat Exposed. Saturday on the Love Boat. The podcast that hunts down and tears apart shenanigans on this classic TV show.
I see an awful lot of bodies who really have nothing to be ashamed of.
When laws, morals, and behavior go rogue.
She's a student of marine biology, and I know a lot of Marines who like to study her biology.
We are there.
Saturday on the Love Boat, Julie's game to join an all-male club, but she's shocked at the things they ask her to do.
Now, from Studio 109, welcome aboard.
I think it's time you and I got to know each other better. A man gets very lonely at sea.
Yes, I can imagine.
Welcome to Crime Cruise Love Boat Exposed.
High seas and low morals.
A lot of words there. I'm your host, Rob Springer, and this is Charlotte Jones. We have producer Caleb over in the corner. We'll cut to him at some point, probably.
Maybe, if he's good.
He has to be good to do that. I mean, it's sort of an earned thing.
I'll try to be on my best behavior.
Thank you.
Thank you, Caleb. So far, so good with Caleb. Yeah. Well, this is a show where we dissect season 1, which is 1978. We're on episode 3. We dissect the shows looking for hijinks, moral dilemmas.
In general, things that are just fucked up.
Fucked up stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Things that if you hear them now, you'll understand, wow, how in the world did they get away with this? Sexism or racism or...
Ageism.
Yeah.
Just all the
isms. Everything. I don't even know where to start sometimes.
Well, there's definitely a lot of isms.
Lots.
I've seen this show as I was growing up, and you know of the show, Charlotte.
From like reruns after school.
Our man Caleb over there. Caleb, you've heard of it, right?
No, I'm a clean slate. This is, my first time watching it is...
They don't watch it down under.
Finding the clips.
They only watch good American television.
Like Bold and the Beautiful.
Oh, Jesus. No.
Dr.
I was
Phil.
totally kidding. Not terrible. Absolutely not. Right. Is that literally what we're shipping over there?
My mom is obsessed with Bold and the Beautiful.
I cannot stand it. Why aren't we sending good stuff like Parks and Rec and Community and the damn Office, for Christ's sake? Are we sending The Office at least?
Barely.
This is to you guys.
Barely.
I'm about to go start a protest.
This is a cry for help from all of Australia. America, please send us good stuff.
Yeah, oh, God. Oh, I am there for the Helmsworth brothers. Dudes, I will send you whatever you need. Give me your address. I'll be there in like 6 days, I think, right? 6 days is a good day to get there.
Well, clearly, if the Love Boat was on now, Dr. Phil would be on the Love Boat as well as...
Oh, my God. He would be the disgusting doctor, like the rapey guy.
What is going on? Yeah, the big bushy mustache. All right.
That literally makes me want to like vomit in my mouth.
Has he ever done an intervention with you or something
Get
like
the I wish. I would have gone across. It would have been bad, you guys. Okay, let's get off of Dr. Phil. I really don't like it. I really don't.
Some episodes are horrible when it gets to these problems when you view them from the prism of today's modern times. Some of them are really bad, some of these episodes. We are going to let the audience judge this episode, which is episode 3, season 1 of The Love Boat. It's from 1978, and you'll see some stars that you may know from other shows in that era. Mr. Brady, Robert Reed, Richard Mulligan, who was a star of Soap, and
he was in The Golden Girls. That's how I recognized him.
The Golden Girls, another show.
Another show.
Very popular.
Wait, like it's
kids.
like just iconic. I don't know. You mean another show? We'll do that one later.
Yes, we will.
Okay.
And Loretta Swit from MASH is also in this episode. So again, kind of older character actors. And let's just jump in. We're going to start with a scene where, as every episode starts, people come onto the boat and
in a totally unguarded, just willy-nilly fashion.
Yes. And here we go.
Dr. and Mrs. Carstairs?
I got them.
The Ramirez family?
See?
Mr. Gorgeous.
Come on, gang. All aboard. Gorgeous, Mr. I don't see him.
Oh, I do.
Hi, I'm Mr. Wright. That's what she thought the minute she saw you. Jim Wright. Well, I'm Yeoman Purser Smith, and this is our cruise director, Julie. Julie.
Julie. Oh. Julie McCoy.
Or, if you speak English, Julie McCoy.
Welcome aboard, Mr.
Right.
Wright. Wrong. No. You can't be the Mr. Wright with the Life Begins at 60 tours.
Yes, that's me.
I was expecting somebody 60.
Well, I'm 30. Looks like my life is just beginning. Well, where's your group, Mr. Wright? They'll be along in a minute. I think the gangplank slowed them up a little bit. You have time for a cup of coffee?
Well, I should finish.
Would you mind checking in the group? No, you kids go right ahead.
They were looking at each other longingly.
Well,
Silly opening scene.
Get a room, guys.
I mean, right? Like already, I think he basically was like, blow off your job, woman. We're going to go make out or do something. He blew off his job, too. He was like, forget this. Yeah, it's like, let's bounce is basically like, I think what I'm sure they don't say that anymore because I'm so old. I'm sure they don't say let's bounce. What do they say now, Caleb?
Let's dip. I don't know.
Wow. We went from bouncing to dipping. Let's dip?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
That's what I say. Like, let's dip.
Well, I mean, PC is pretty cool over here, so I don't know. I trust him.
Well, we're coming at this from 3 different age brackets for sure. Julie just sort of melting, I guess is one way to say it.
Yeah.
And Gopher never helping. He's almost like always encouraging bad behavior.
Yeah.
He's
No,
like-
I don't feel like Gopher is the best person. He likes to be like the little like what do they call those people? Pot stirrers, wheels, pot stirrers. He's
Very
a pot
much
stirrer.
so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Caleb, your thoughts?
Well, for the people who can't see the clips that we're watching, there was some serious tension. Like it was pretty intense. And from a professional standpoint,
Yeah.
she shouldn't have been acting like that to another coworker or a guest, regardless, because that was full on. And another thing that we've kind of glanced over right before Mr. Wright came into the picture, there was some subtle racism when they were checking the guests and eyebrow raising. See, like little
Yeah.
not a little stab, but it's definitely a subtle racism. And then they just moved on, and then Mr. Wright came in, and then she just fell to her knees in a very unprofessional manner.
Yeah, and that Ramirez thing
Makes me happy.
just is sort of making fun of nationalities.
Yeah. Totally.
You nailed it. We missed it. So you're a little more woke than us.
No.
I wouldn't say that.
No, Caleb does definitely not want to be described as woke, Rob. Whoa. I think he was just observant in the fact that was the only time that any Spanish was spoken during that entire scene.
Good
Yeah,
call, by the
yeah.
way.
Right?
Good catch.
Is that okay?
It's very true, and
Rational
we
way to
missed
explain
it. We were just focusing on the sexual aspect.
No, I was probably focusing on if my hair looked okay or not, to be honest with you. I
Really?
wasn't looking
Your hair
at
looks
that.
fine.
Thank
It's
you.
good.
Thank you.
Julie's hair is kind of cute for the the era, I guess.
agree.
It's sort of a bob or something like
Something.
that.
Semi-bob.
All right. Okay, well, next up,
Okay.
we're going to roll into another storyline, and it takes place on the deck of the Pacific Princess.
There's lots of things that happen on this deck.
A whole lot. And this one gets, well, here we go. Let's just roll it.
Yeah, well, I developed a technique that always works.
Keep my right elbow close to my side. Not too close.
Left arm is firm.
Not too firm. Take a deep breath.
Line up the shot, and as I pull the trigger, I think of my ex-wife.
Barney.
Come on, think about it. The more steamed up I get. My God, there's Terry.
Barney, it isn't worth it.
I bet I could have winged her.
Well, I mean, I don't even know where to start.
I
literally think I saw Caleb's face, like his little face literally looked at me and went, "What?" Like Caleb doesn't cuss, but if he could have in that moment, he would have been like, "What the fuck?"
it started off kind of going well. Like he was doing some good like gun safety, and I was going to comment like, "Oh, why is there a gun on a cruise like that? Why are they doing like shooting on a cruise as an activity? That's kind of weird." And then the ex-wife comment just came and like roundhouse kicked me in the face. Like it was like I was not expecting that.
No. From Mr. Brady.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like a little bit of a mind screw.
Yeah, it's like he's possessed.
Yeah.
And he has a death wish for his ex-wife.
Well, yeah, he literally said, I think I'm my ex-wife when I shoot things in the air and make contact.
It just kept going up too because then his ex-wife just showed up
Just
and he was
shows
like,
up.
all right, I'm ready to, like, what?
All right, next what we're about to see is Scott Baio from
Charles in Charge.
Charles in Charge. Happy Days.
Happy Days, of course I know Happy Days.
He played Chachi, and then, of course, he was on the show Joni Loves Chachi, which was a bad show. Like, Happy Days was an awesome show or something, not really. But
I'm a big fan of Happy Days.
it was a classic, for sure.
Yep.
Great in its early years. And
Not a fan of Scott Baio. I'm putting it out there right now. But I think it would be wonderful to watch this clip. Let's see what happens before he lost his mind in real life.
Let's roll with it.
I'll go. I'll go get drunk. You'll never see me again. I'll wash up on the Mexican coast someday. What are you so mad about? All I said was you look very nice tonight.
That's all you said. Doesn't anything interesting ever happen in school?
Yeah, there's this girl in my class, and one day somebody barfed in her galoshes.
Oh, gross. You better go back to, you look very nice tonight.
Oh, yeah? Well, to tell you the truth, you don't look so great. And that black gook on your eyes is an embarrassing mess.
Oh, yeah? Well, it's better than having a big zit on your lip.
Check, please.
And don't forget to leave the waiter some Kleenex.
Okay, that was Christy McNichol, who was a very popular young actress in those days, in the 70s, and her show was Family. That was probably her biggest show. So what we have here are two kids. How old would you say they are?
I don't know how old kids are in general, but I'm going to say 14.
Caleb?
Yeah, I was going to say like 13 to 16 range.
Yeah.
So they're encouraged to be out on a date.
Right, drinking alcohol.
Drinking alcohol.
No, I'm just kidding. They weren't drinking alcohol, but he said that to his grandmother.
Yeah, he says to his grandmother,
Yeah, I'm going to go get drunk.
Go on a bender and get washed up overboard.
Get shanghaied or something.
Yeah. So then he calls her out on
her not looking good, and then he makes fun of her makeup. Like, what is he? You know what? He needs to freaking get some game, or in the next few years. But that's what happens. Baio never got game.
No, he never did. And then she says, "Hey, herpes boy, hit the road. I don't need that shit in my life."
Right? She's like, "Look,
Caleb, your thoughts on the scene?"
No, listen, poor kid.
It was. I don't know. I didn't really see anything wrong with it in today's lens. I saw it as like probably playfully teasing, like, or even just kids, just being kids. When he had an argument with his grandma saying he's going to get piss faced in Mexico, just typical kid behavior, you know, outlashing. Right. I've said worse things,
I've said
probably.
Worse. Yeah, of course we all have. Jeez.
But I don't know. Yeah, I just thought it was funny just how he was like, well, maybe you don't actually look pretty, and I lied, so haha. And then she just came out and was like, all right, listen, here's like zit face, or what did you say, herpy face? Or
no, I think she said zit face. Rob was one that made that comment.
Right.
She just came out full swinging.
Yeah, she did come out.
It was good chemistry. It was real funny.
Yeah.
Well, let's get back into the thick of things.
I'm sorry I'm so late. It's the only time I can get free.
Well, that's okay. I just want you to realize that I don't usually go to a guy's cabin at 2 o'clock in the morning. Not on the first date.
I know. But Julie, when else are we going to find time to be alone? And a place to be alone?
When else are we going to have sex, Julie?
I want to hold you in my arms and kiss you.
At your place of work.
Deal the cards, Mama.
They were going at it.
Yeah. Well, whoa, okay.
I'm going to go on record and say I've never had sex anywhere I've ever worked in my life. And Julie was literally about to do that.
You're sure?
Wait a minute. 100% positive.
About to do it or had already done it?
I have no, I didn't say about to. I
No,
said
I'm not saying for you.
completed the process.
I'm saying Julie.
Oh, Julie. Julie, I'm just saying, like, she was thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, she was literally, like, back at the dude's cabin. She was, like, going to go shag in a Guess, you know what? Good for Julie, though, I say. Like, go for it.
Sure.
He's Mr. Wright. Apparently, that's his name. He's handsome.
Green flag,
he
green
has,
flag.
You know, big energy, if you want to fill in blank. Like, I think the dude, like, go for it. You know what? Screw the guy on your desk. Do it.
And a couple other things
Julie.
here. It is the love boat. Something
It is
comes
the
over
love
people.
boat.
Even the employees.
Even the employees. I mean, we've seen Doc and, you know, try to tell playmates how great they look.
Already to examine them.
And already knew exactly what they looked like. Oh, don't worry about taking off your clothes, honey. I've already seen everything. I've inspected every mole.
The previous episode, of course.
Oh, our fans know. Our fans know what I'm talking about. They've been with us the whole time.
Well, then the other thing is Julie's like, well, I don't exactly sleep with people on the first night, meaning that the second night is probably okay, and that's all good. But then
the first night's fine, girls, if you want it. The first night's fine.
But she drew the line there.
She did.
But then he comes back at it. Well, the first night is good because I'll hold you in my arms.
I just want to hold you
Which
in my
kind of
arms
could
so
be like
tight and-
Ted Bundy vibes, sort of, to be honest with you.
No, he's not.
handsome,
Actually-
he's tall, he's attractive, he probably is a politician.
He kind of looks like
Right, he looks like a politician.
Ted Bundy and a politician at the same time.
I just wanted to know who's going to do the walk of shame in that situation.
Right. Like, look, I did the walk of shame, I'm going to tell you, one time in college, across campus, and literally bumped into my art history professor. I was literally in a gown from the night before. It was the most embarrassing moment of my life. No, it's actually not the most embarrassing moment of my life, but it was the only time.
Okay.
Because then I learned to drive my car to the
Caleb,
other dorm.
Yeah.
Walk of shame.
Get out of here. Come on.
Literally.
But it's... Your comment about driving the car. Julie can't do that. Mr. Wright can't do that. They're stuck on
stuck on the
boat
freaking ocean.
in the middle of Bikini
That's why I said,
Bottom.
get it,
like-
Julie.
We'll be right back with more Love Boat Exposed. Go to loveboatexposed.com to send us a message, leave a voicemail, or learn more about the show and our team. Who knows? You might just be invited to the captain's table.
It's a pleasure to welcome you aboard. I'm speaking for my entire crew.
Okay, onward.
Where's Terry? Terry is always late. You got to lie, stick a dynamite under her to get her moving.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Just a reminder, Jackpot Bingo will begin in the Acapulco Lounge in 10 minutes. The pot is now $1,000.
Come on, let's go. I feel lucky. Besides, I could use $1,000.
I hate to tell you this, Judy, but I'm feeling very lucky, too, and I am probably the best bingo player of all the left-handed marriage counselors I know.
Now, who gets the whiskey sour? Don't tell me, don't tell me.
How about you, Bonnie? We'll play a little bingo. No.
A little explanation to what we just heard. So Mike Brady, Robert Reed, his character, he was just going to shoot his ex-wife or wing her, and
Just wing her, just clip her a little. just a little buzz.
But what you just heard was him sitting down with his ex-wife and her new dude, Richard Mulligan, then his own girlfriend.
The dude's a marriage counselor.
Right.
I mean, that's weird.
Yeah, it's
He
almost,
also was a doctor on the Golden Girls. This guy is like a character actor for doctors.
Is he still alive?
Dude, no way.
Right.
Look at him in the 70s. Literally, if he is, he's a freaking vampire. Like, literally, Caleb is looking at this. There's no way that dude is alive.
He died in 2000.
Oh, man, Richard. Sorry you didn't get to hear this podcast. It was all about you.
23 years ago.
23 years ago.
Well, I will tell you that my most memorable Richard Mulligan viewing is on the show Soap, which was a spoof of a soap opera back in the mid to late 70s, and Billy Crystal was on it, playing one of the first homosexual characters in primetime television, Billy Crystal at that time. Richard Mulligan was the patriarch of the family, so it was kind of like a sitcom version of Dallas or something like that.
And what a gem that Billy Crystal is in general.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Have you ever heard of Billy Crystal, Caleb?
The name does sound familiar.
Okay.
But I am terrible with names, so if I see a face, I could probably...
Okay.
Like, oh, yeah.
I'll send him some images later after we do our podcast. I'll start educating him.
Well, although there's most of the people listening to the podcast won't be able to see unless they're just imagining what Caleb looks like. Caleb kind of has the hair of a young Billy Crystal.
Oh yeah, I mean, totally.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway,
we love
onward.
Producer Caleb.
Yeah, Producer Caleb, you do a fine job sitting in your corner over there.
Thank you. It's a good corner.
It is fun.
Okay. Now we move to the next scene.
Yes. Could you just help me with my zipper?
Sure.
So Mike Brady
aren't you?
Yes.
is with his ex-wife in her cabin who he wanted to just kill, and now he's
Shalimar,
zipping up
evening
her
in Paris,
gown.
and Chanel number 5.
Typical male.
I worked in a drugstore.
He's touching
had the softest hair.
He's touching her hair.
Barney, I think that we'd better
Better what?
go.
Oh, yeah.
And they kiss, and they go in for the...
I didn't plan on this.
Neither did I. What came over me? Put my arms around you, and it was like we were still married.
Yeah.
You think we made a mistake?
Yeah, we made a hell of a mistake. I'm not married to you anymore.
Nobody said we were perfect. You know, I really like you. I just can't stand you.
I think I hate you too.
It's like maniacal almost at the end where he's just like laughing. I can't stand you, and she's like, I hate you too, but we can't. It's. I mean, I've been there. I totally get the sort of like
forbidden love,
true romance they have going on over there. Do you know what I mean? But I mean, it's kind of a little screwed up that he like went into his ex-wife's cabin when he literally was going to shoot her like a few hours before. Like I said, typical. But also, like, isn't he there with someone? Isn't she there with someone?
He's with a kind of cute
younger girl, right?
And she's all like into him, and he's ready to kill his ex-wife previously,
well,
and
you know
she's
what?
like,
You just
hey,
can't fight what you
don't
can
kill
fight.
her.
Yeah.
So she's trying to protect the woman, and he's, no, I will kill her before I... excuse me.
Well, he lied because, as you know, in the 70s, they were kissing, and all of a sudden it went black screen, and the next time you saw Mr. Brady, he was buttoning up his shirt. I guess that's how they are telling us, and her hair's a little disheveled, so I guess they did have sex.
Right.
Right? Okay.
Yes.
It's the love boat, man.
Kind of voodoo on this boat.
There's voodoo on this boat.
Right. Everyone's sleeping with everyone. It's a whole...
Put me on that boat.
And you would sleep with Robert Reed.
Ugh.
No, Gopher, I'm sorry.
Get out of here. There's like a Mr. Wright on that boat. There's like guest stars every week. I'm like the guest star person. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't ever see them again because I know they're like there for like 3 days.
All right, well, if you were on the Love Boat,
Yeah.
you've seen, this is episode 3,
Yeah.
and we have a selection of gentlemen. And if you were on the Love Boat at that time, if you were iconic star of the 70s...
John Ritter.
I knew it.
100%.
I knew it.
Thank you.
Not even a second thought. It was just straight into it.
Straight into the John Ritter. 100%.
Understood.
Thank you.
All right. Caleb, any thoughts before we move on?
No, really. No, you guys pretty much summed it up. Yeah. But I just, Mr. Brady, as we're calling him because he's Brady Bunch.
Yeah.
Very manic, bipolar. Just
something.
Very sporadic. Like, I love shooting. I'm going to murder my ex-wife in cold blood. Oh, I'm going to stick dynamite up her butt. Oh, I actually love you so much now. Let's have sex. Actually, I hate you so much. Like, he was all over the place.
Like, you're wearing Shalimar.
Oh, God.
Gina Tayers.
It must be like his favorite scent on her.
Right.
I don't
She's
know.
like, yes, I am. And he's like, your hair is so soft.
Ugh,
Why am
gross.
I recreating this?
I don't know.
I'm torturing all of us. Onward.
You told me that I should confront Barney and get whatever feelings I had for him out in the open.
Ooh, she did.
Resolve the situation.
Yeah.
He's pissed. Richard Mulligan, as a marriage counselor, is there in the scene with the woman who just made love to her ex-husband, and she's saying, you told me to do this.
Yes, she is.
And he's beaten. I mean, some would say he's been cucked.
Yeah. I mean, she's making it like it's his fault.
Right. And I don't know how he deals with that, really. And we're not going to show you the end of this episode. We're just pulling the clips that are of questionable, moral.
I feel bad for him.
Yeah, I did too. I do too.
He's such a nice guy.
He portrayed someone that was hurt.
Yes, he
and
did.
she's like, hey, this is on you. You told me to sleep with him. I slept with him.
Yeah. It's not fair to do that to people.
No, it isn't.
I've never blamed my therapist for anything that she's told me to do. Because half the time when she tells me to do stuff, I don't do it. No, I'm just kidding. I do it. But you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm still in charge of my own thoughts, and I'm my own person, so you can't blame other people.
Has she ever steered you wrong?
No.
Okay.
Not once.
Okay, good.
I am happy being steered.
I believe it, actually, too. You always speak very highly of your therapist.
Thank you.
And speaking of therapists, Caleb, your thoughts on that scene?
You guys kind of changed my mind. I didn't really think about it as I'm blaming my therapist, my marriage counselor, the guy that I'm currently dating for sleeping with my ex-husband. I will not go into details, but there has been some moments in my life where I may or may not have been involved in cheating situation. I wasn't the bad guy. Emphasis on that.
Of course.
And I was probably always the one to find out about it happening, the going-ons. So I was kind of on her side, how she was upfront and said, hey, I did do this. I thought she was like apologizing or confessing and being like, hey, I did this. I'm sorry kind of thing. But now that you guys said, oh, she's actually blaming him. And after like thinking about the clip, I'm like, yeah, I can see that. But props to her for actually confessing and admitting to fault.
Yeah. Truth is always the best policy.
Yes. So we're not just dissecting bad shit on this show. We're
Right.
also getting some life lessons.
Of
And sometimes
course.
from the youngest of our team.
Yes, we all can learn from someone.
Thank you.
Absolutely. That's why
Appreciate it, yes.
Okay. What I believe now we will see is the last clip.
I'll be in touch.
That Mo is never going to be in touch. That is the whole point, is that you hooked up on a cruise ship. You will never see one another again. And how do you stay in touch in 1978 with someone that's on a cruise ship? There's no internet. There's no cell phones. There's literally like no way to get mail. Like, I don't understand what he means, I'll be in touch. Is he going to put a message in a bottle? What's he going to do?
Payphones?
He's a line
He's gonna fax her. Or
Yeah, right. I don't even know if faxes were around, Caleb. I don't even know if faxes were invented by then. He's gonna get one of those airplanes that write shit in the sky.
Well said, Charlotte. Well,
Thank
that
you.
is episode 3, season 1 of The Love Boat. We didn't get deep into a lot of truly bad stuff.
No, this was a very light episode.
It was a
It was
very
fun.
loving episode.
It was.
Everyone was loving everyone, regardless of relationships.
Yeah, that's true.
A true 70s sort of, hey, everybody, let's just jump into
Let's
bed
just
with
jive,
everybody
let's
else.
just groove, yeah.
Hang and groove and kind of jive.
Yeah,
like you're
jiving,
saying.
grooving.
Jiving. Okay, everybody. Well, on the note of jiving,
Yeah.
here we go. It's Crime Cruise. Love Boat Exposed.
High seas and low morals.
We're sailing away, but we will be back with a new episode of Crime Cruise, Love Boat Exposed. Make sure to subscribe. We're on all your favorite podcast platforms. And connect with us at loveboatexposed.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure, but I have duties on the bridge. Good evening.